She calling more friends.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
I don't play cards around me. Sit behind this bitch, I dog me. Hey, I wasn't too good at math, on God, I run with problem solving. Every time my money hauling. I'm fiend, I need all of it. Bitch, leave her falling. Gotta go, money calling. 34, feel like Giannis. 34, big as Giannis. Hey, niggas broke, that's beyond me. Honey shots, get on side me. Honey hoes, I don't party. Yo, money Scotty. Sorry, niggas driving. Starbucks, party. I smoke like party.
What's up?
What's good?
What up, gang?
What's going down? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Yeah, I'm just playing some stuff before we get started, get the motion flowing. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, and then we're gonna start in a few minutes. What you say, bro? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said most definitely. Just handle what you gotta handle. That's cool.
I got you.
Not up too much or nothing.
I got you, bro.
I hope you know that I don't play cards around me. Sit behind this bitch, I dog me. Hey, I wasn't too good at math, on God, I run with problems. Hey, every time my money hauling. Fiend, I need all of it. Bitch, leave her falling. Gotta go, money calling. 34, feel like Giannis. 34, big as Giannis. Hey, niggas broke, that's beyond me. Honey shots, get on side me. Honey hoes, I don't party. Yo, money got it. Nobody money Scotty. Sorry, niggas drive me.
I'm like, nigga, is you cool? You don't make enough. I only use the money counter cause of paper cut. It probably take me like 30 days to make a buck. I'ma try to coupe the day, little birdie take the truck. Peter Pepper pack the pack of pounds and he sealed them up. I just cut the pint of pie and I'm pouring up. What the fuck wrong with my neck? This bitch going up. Front end, back, and I'm showing up on the front ends. But all the back ends, I put them up. If you can put more paper in your pockets,
I think we can get started. I'm about to get into this music. Like, hey, this is the type of music you be making too. That's what I like. But
Energy to it, I can hear it.
Yeah, for sure. How's everything going?
Everything's been good. Houston's been great.
That's good.
Everything has been gravy, man. It's been a smooth transition. Just having faith, having faith, staying focused, staying educated. The kids learning through the journey.
Oh God.
You gotta want to learn. You gotta want to learn it. So
no, you have to. Everything. Exactly. That's how it go. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming here on Real Talk Show. This is about, I've been doing this for, I think 2 months now. I do it at least once a month. I got an interview. So thank you so much for being on here. I wanted to specifically get, men on here for the, since it's June, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I think this is a good start for us to just, talk a lot about a lot. So just to start it off, I want you just to introduce yourself for people that don't know you. Well, they know you, but just introduce yourself and
I feel like
we go like that.
There's quite a bit of people on here that may not know me. My name is James Buckley Jr., also known as BigTate. I am a DJ, designer, and a curator and a recording artist from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm based in Houston, Texas right now, 31. I've done a little bit of everything. I grew up on the north side. You feel me? Shout out District 2. Omaha, what's going on? For real. Yeah.
That's what's up. Oh, I was gonna ask you. So, how did you get the name Tate?
I'm a junior.
Okay.
My dad, his nickname is Tate. We're from the South. Our side of the family on my dad's side is from the South, Tennessee. My grandma Versi, shout out to my grandma Versi, man. She owned quite a bit of Henderson, some land and stuff. So we have a lot of good energy going on in Tennessee right now. And me being a junior, my nickname was Tater growing up. So obviously the people that know me, they, every night you'll hear Tater and stuff. But my brother Barry, he started calling me Tate because the older I got, I just started looking just like my dad. Like we're literally identical, both left hand, both levers. So it's like around here and stuff. It really it's a heavy crown to wear. You feel me? So I grew into it. Definitely.
That's good. I definitely like it. Big Tate, you know, or just Tate. I think it's versatile. But yeah, it's nice. And I like how we got names that like it don't really you can't really know our real names, and I think it's good to have a different identity, you know what I'm saying? So I was gonna ask you, so you are a curator, you do a lot. So how did you get into the music scene and the fashion scene, and like how is it like managing those top talents?
On the music side of things, I was always influenced by the music. Rhythm is something that I think for us, we just have it
Mhm.
out the gate. My mom, and I know, but she always reminds me of how like I would sing "Sprinkle Me Man" by E40. It's a track you'd have to go listen to it. I you know obviously came out in the '90s, but I just always had a thing for music. And one of my uncles, I have plenty of uncles. One of my uncles, he goes by Mac Nasty, and he was one of the biggest rappers in Tennessee back in the day, and he's a staple out there. And just listening to not only his music but how he told a story. See, back then, growing up in the '90s, early 2000s, they told stories. They would have three verses, hooks, bridges. Songs be 4 minutes, but they were telling you a story. And to hear his story and see how he lived. Like he would come to Omaha, he drive his cars down here, had the green car with the money imprint in the inside and the gold rims and all that. And it was a cool lifestyle to see. You know, one thing about Black men, we are faced with a lot of things to look at in life, a lot of barriers. And music is one of those things where some people will say, oh, you know, it should be like this and be like that, but it's the reality. It's something that's engraved in our lives. So my uncle in early childhood just listening to music influenced it, but what made me get into dropping music was my team, man. Shout out to JOPG, Bucky, Barry, and a slew of other guys, AB, and all those other guys. But in particular, my core, they were the artists, and I was a guy. I had some bread, you feel me, and I would invest in them, you know, by buying beat packs or just keeping them afloat, you know, whether it's buying a music video or shit. Y'all niggas hungry, you know, just being that guy. And I always knew, and even prior to that, you know, shout out to Snipe, you know, Tyrell, like when way even beyond that, we had a group called No Shackles. I don't know if you know Dane Johnson. He be on the book Dane, my brother Dane. We had a whole group, Preston, Sanako, and a whole bunch of other guys. But even when I was young, I was making music. But um, being around Buck and them and seeing them chase it, I always wanted to help that chase. And sometimes in a creative career,
Mhm.
you create, but you may not have that chase. You feel
Right.
me? And I always know one thing about tape, always something I have commitment issues, meaning once I commit, I'm in it.
Oh
So that's one thing
God.
about rapping. I knew when I was like, okay, we're bucking him. If I go in it now, I gotta give myself like a 10-year window. Like this is what I want to be doing, and
Mm.
I gotta commit to it. So, them young men, they inspired me to really chase it and talk about my life because I was realistically one of the ones that was living a life that was worth listening to, and I really lived it. You feel me? So yeah, a lot of things, and just the challenge,
Mm.
the challenge of making a song, the challenge of getting listeners, and all these challenging things. I embraced it, and that's why I always made music. And it was a way for me to let out. You know, like we
Right.
talk about mental health, a lot of Black men don't know when to or who to talk to.
Amen.
And I could just sit there and write. I could just sit there and write. I could call Clifton. I could call AB. I could call Snipes, Lago. You feel me? T Hood. Like, yo, I need to come lay some shit down because it's on my mind. You feel me? So
Mhm.
it was my way out mentally.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And and I just want to like just kind of let that digress, you know, because I feel like me myself, especially like knowing about the music scene and stuff. It's crazy. Y'all really led the way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like Omaha is, you know. like, I mean, there's different categories, but Omaha is on the map because of the music scene, because of y'all. So applause to y'all. Thank you for your commitment. And it's like, your music is really good, bro. And like, I feel like,
I need to get the album back on there. Money Fire
yeah, that's
Diamonds.
what I'm
Like, it
saying. I
had
was
got
looking at it
pulled.
on YouTube. I was
Yeah, it
like,
got
bro,
pulled.
gotta put
I
that
gotta
shit
get it
like,
back on there. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
And it's,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
now
What
that
you
like,
gonna say?
oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. It's like I had dropped it right after I got to Houston. I moved out here in December, so I dropped it in January,
Right.
and I had some problems with a beat getting cleared, so no more. So I had to pull the whole album because of the copyrights, because it was on the whole project.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready now. Finally, today I can truthfully say I'm ready to repackage some of those singles, get them dropped, because now I'm around some big people
Come
that
on.
are looking. They're like,
Come on.
oh, we might as well. We can do it like this,
Yeah.
bro. We can do it single by single, and we can do a whole distribution deal on the single.
Come
So,
on.
especially one of the tracks that's on there is called On the Gram. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally only pretty much on Instagram. So that's the track that, which, like, when I make
Mm-hmm.
music, there are tracks that I'm willing that I'll go back and go do a whole marketing campaign on again. I have at least 5 tracks that they just deserve a proper marketing campaign. You
For
feel me? They
sure.
truly do. You know what I mean? And especially being out here in the mix in Houston, I'm seeing the #1 spot in America for pop culture to be at, and I'm spinning for them, and I'm seeing what moves the crowd. And I know we got it. And I do
Period.
want to say, right now it's Omaha, from
Yeah,
Thailand to Lipo, Lane Gang, Shotty,
for sure.
Jai,
Mm-hmm.
I Am Free. You still got obviously T Trees,
Mm-hmm.
the J Tovens of the world, the Bucky P's we were just talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and I can go on and on. But the people that I just named, especially that first 4 or 5 in that bracket, those are either people signed or, by all means, man, it's coming.
Oh
And they
yeah.
don't even need to be signed. But
It,
we
yeah.
talk about some people that's working. And Ching Diamond, yeah, I'm gonna
Oh
say that.
yeah.
Yeah, Ching, yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
working.
Naming those, like, man, consistency is crazy. Thailand consistency,
Oh my
light
goodness.
pole. But I would say I would
Almost
definitely,
rocking ice on, gang. I can't forget.
bro,
Yeah.
that for sure. And I'll give my kudos and props to Thailand. Like, I seen the videos that she made back then till now, and I'm like, whoa, like, the consistency is unmatched. So I definitely feel like all the people that you named, they are great people. They definitely put people on the map. Especially Chick Diamond, and I feel like it's all versatile. We got, the Christian, we got the hood, we got the, you know what I'm saying. So
Wait,
I really love
two.
that.
I
Hmm.
done seen him perform. I seen him performing with Bucky P and them.
Thailand
He's the Afro
or who?
beats. He's the
Chick?
Afro beat.
Oh
Afro
yeah,
beats.
for sure.
Bro, what's
Kevin
his name?
Paradise. You talking about Kevin?
Paradise.
Yeah,
Yes,
bro.
Kev. Yes,
Hey,
of
I
course. I know
ain't gonna
Kev.
lie, bro.
Kev
I'm
up.
going
I was having a
crazy
moment.
on that.
Oh man,
Yeah,
great kid right there.
he
He's
eating
dope.
right now.
He's dope. He's
He
dope.
eating
He's so
right
dope. That
now.
kid's dope.
He got a tour going
He's
on
I've
right
seen
now,
him. Yeah, he's
actually.
dope. Yeah,
And
he's
it's
dope.
crazy
Yeah.
because it's like these are people from Omaha, so it's like then you go back to it and then you look at your city or you look at your people, be like, if they can do it or I can do it, you can do it too and pursue your passion. You feel me? Yeah.
Love to the great Haji. I don't know if you ever heard of Haji. I have to send you some tracks. Rest in love, that great man. He lost his
Yeah.
wife today. Yeah, he's a great guy, a veteran, a true staple, a veteran around Omaha. Man, like words can't describe the work ethic of that man, the amount of projects he dropped. And the one thing I love about people like Haji, and we'll go on about creatives of Omaha, but it's the traveling
Yeah.
and pushing this narrative somewhere else that it puts you in a space, in a perspective that
Hmm.
we need to, because that's the thing. The orbit is about getting what you've been doing somewhere and getting it to somewhere
Hmm.
else. Like, that's where we're at right now. That's what's making the lane gangs go
Hmm.
crazy, and the shotties of that nature, and the Chiefs, because they took all this great thing that you got out
Hmm.
of the space, and they're starting to give it to others. And that's what's working for me.
Hmm.
And when that time comes, make sure you do it. Like, I spent 31 years on Omaha because it worked.
Wow.
Like, and it worked at a high level, not just it worked. Like, nah, I done did some things, and
Yeah.
I made it. I did things that have got me here, and I was already known. I've already, you feel me?
Right.
But I only say that because you only get one life,
Exactly.
and it's very important for us as Omahans to experience life outside of here. Because I was looking at a chart, and man, it showed the chart of where Black people live in America, and it does the little colors, and it didn't even have a speck on ours because it's just not enough to really say that it's there.
There's
And
enough.
sometimes we get caught up in this
Right.
phone. We're on this
Right.
phone and we think that we have an opportunity, and you do, but to grasp it now, you gotta do it. You gotta grasp it a little bit more. You gotta get out your zone. So for me, I was having a hell of a year last year in Omaha, but I knew it
Yeah.
was gonna be capped. And I would tell you that you come in the store, we chop it up anywhere we're at. We go to the crib, we chop it up. And I say, sis, like I can't. And you would tell me like you gotta leave. And we at the height of the moments, we win. We talking about all the wins. We're not talking about a lot of losses because we put that work in. But in order to get to a comfortable mental space, I had to get out of there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like when you have so much talents, it's like you said, you can't keep it in one place. And it's like you can always come back home because this is home. You feel me?
I'm always looking at flights, guys. I've been looking at flights for weeks. It's gonna
Nah,
see
for
y'all get packed
real.
up.
Hey, we definitely gonna have to do a part 2 down the road. But let me keep
Yeah,
on.
let's keep pushing. Yeah,
Okay.
let's keep pushing.
So real quick, we talked about your artistry, we talked about music. Let's touch base with DJing, and then we gotta talk about fuck clothes because that shit going crazy. That drip is crazy.
Yeah, it's getting heavy.
Yeah, you gotta go
DJ,
to New York.
man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah,
That
we're
time.
gonna talk about for close for sure. But I mean, DJ, man, DJ Big Tate. I just made some. I just picked up business cards for the first time today because, I mean, of like the business cards. We watched the internet come about like I'm 31, so I was literally like the guinea pig. Like I remember it like it was just they said, we're gonna bring computers in when you go into 7th grade, and we like computers. What is that? So I say all that to say this: my DJ career over the last 7 years has grown tremendously, and it wouldn't be nothing without you guys, and it wouldn't be nothing without my DJ peers. Shout out to JB, shout out to Ray Bay, shout out to my younger predecessor, Young Trip. Man, He's been in the Tate wheels since
Hey,
I
he be
met the kid.
spinning that shit.
He came in with the I never forget that moment. I remember. And of course, shout out to BP. He taught me how to DJ. Goddamn. But yeah, like right now, what made me? Let's talk about what made me want to do it. I was going in the bars in Omaha, and Soho was one spot that was popping at the time.
Out
And
west, right?
yeah,
Nigga,
Denim and Diamond, all that.
we
Soho
used
was
to
lit.
party like a bitch or that. Oh, 19.
AK was in there.
Yeah.
He was a DJ. Next one, and JB.
Oh.
Now AK was dope, and
Which
that was the first time.
AK? African AK? Okay. Yep.
He was the top. The main DJ. He was in there pretty much a couple times a week.
Oh God.
And he was the first time I was experiencing the DJ was spinning top 40 Afrobeat hip hop. So that was dope. And then next one, he had the dope top 40, and his MCing was dope. But then there was this fella named JB, and bro, I chased every spot bro was spinning at. Like that's where I wanted to spend my money because I knew I was gonna hear some type of new music or something, and I knew he was challenging himself because I'm a music head. Like we talked
For
about
sure.
it. Since a kid, I love music, right? So I'm listening to on any given day. Back then, I was listening to Wiz, Kendrick, Currency, Wayne, Webby, all type of ranges. God dang, back then, I mean, you name it, all type of genres from hip hop, R&B, anything you can, pop. We got the rock, a little bit of woo. So I admire his gamesman as far as being a DJ, but and yeah, that was something in the back of my mind at that peak of my life. I was on a whole bunch. That was at the time where I was investing a lot in the guys, and then I was just restarting my rap career at the time. But in the back of my mind, I always said, "Damn, I could be it. I could see myself being a DJ. I never said I could, but I could see myself doing that because Omaha needed it. See, for me, I always see myself doing what Omaha needed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we opened up the production room. You know, that's why I started the bubble. Those were necessities for Omaha creatives to become to themselves. Because people will be like, Tate, I want to do this. Or Tate, how can I do that? Well, damn, let me get something going for you to help you. Let me open up my life, put myself in a space in downtown Omaha so you can come and see me and we can put your plans on the board. And I have a studio, I have a photographer, I have a videographer, I have graphic designers. I'm with Ashley Knox. We can build these things. So I'm in the studio one day and BP just got done with a shoot. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I'm scrolling online. I'm like, oh, my guy Ron Jones, he does he used to RJ's Comfort Food on 24th. He would do the Taco Tuesdays. I go every Tuesday, eat, have fun. Sometimes I think we'd be playing like spades, dominoes, and he would have a playlist going and playing music. And I'd be like, Ron, man, we should get a DJ in here, man. Get a DJ in here because I'm a curator, so I'm always thinking about some shit. I'm like, you do this, you do that. Let's do that because I'm coming here, goddamn, and I'm a poster flyer and I just want to be in your ambiance. He's a good guy. And I'm telling BP, I said, man, we're done with the shoot. I'm like, dude, I want to pick up DJing. BP, you know, he just bi-curiously just walking around the studio like, oh, that's what's up, bro. When you do it, I'll teach you. And boom, you know me, I'm a light switch guy. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, you know how to DJ and you're not DJing. I'm like, what are you doing? I said, dog, get us a board. I'll buy it. Like, I'm like, get us a board. I'll pay for it. And we can be a team. We can DJ together.
Right.
And I'm like, he was like, well, what do you want to do? I was just like, I get a board right now. I can get us a board right now. I can hit up Brian Jones. I say, yo, let me know when I can do a DJ set with you. You know what I mean? At any spot you at, free of charge. You know, it's on me. I just want to get reps in. I'll be your DJ. You know, we do it. Right. He was like, well, I'm starting that rain tonight, Taco Tuesdays. We were just gonna, you know, do Pandora and let people. I think they might have had to touch play or whatever. So they're just gonna let people do that or something like that. He was like, come in. He's like, I can't guarantee you no money. I said, don't worry about the money. Man, we came up with Drop Boys right then and there. Like, I was just sitting there.
Okay.
Like, we'll be Drop Boys. Fuck it, that BP.
I remember that, bro.
Yeah, BP. He just like, fuck it, let's do it. And we packed, like, we got the DJ shit. We hooked up, and we just started making a playlist. Like, I just started bam, 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 just started. And we went to fucking Rain. And my first DJ gig was Taco Tuesdays on the North. Shout out to Darius, Big D, everybody involved with Rain, man. Shout out to Shelby over the years for keeping me safe, man. And, man, that shit got me feeling some type of way. Because, like, all we ever wanted to do is be accepted. You feel me? I did my first gigs on the North. You feel me? So it's like, that's the only place I ever wanted to be. You feel me? Like, that's all that ever mattered to me. So you feel me? But that's how it came about. And now we fast forward 10 years. I am DJing Chapman and Kirby, the #1 Sunday Funday spot in Houston, the #1 Sunday spot in Texas. Like, it's the #1 spot in Texas. It's not even. It's really like damn near the #1 Sunday spot in America. Like, when it comes to hip hop culture. And man, I went 2 Sundays ago. It's Memorial Day. And bro, it was, man, like the amount of people. Like, I literally walked to my DJ set, DJ'd. It was like I did about 3 hours. The other DJ hopped on because it was like, bro, that we was slapping, bro. I was sweating by the time it's like, but now riddle this. Back home, you know, I would do Crush as many times as Tony would want, but I would always tell Tony I only want to do 2 times a month, just because I want to protect the value of what we need as Omahans, and I know that there's not enough, so that's why there's an influx. There's a reason why there's 1,000 people trying to get in for the Sunday Fun Day, because we don't have enough, you know? Yeah. But we have the consumers. Right. Like, there's 1 million Black people out there almost that are going to be in Omaha in 20 years. Like, we're up there. So at the end of the day, I would DJ maybe 24th Street, you know. Oh, yeah, so for sure. We go to Crush. I'm at Crush. That's it. I'm not at Bar 39. I'm not at Parliament. I'm not nowhere, right? If it wasn't for my private gigs, right? I'm only at Crush. Out here, right now, 7 months in, and mind you, I got so much shit going on, and I don't like. I'm moving around. I'm a teacher too, so the school year just ended, but
Amen.
I am DJing 3 times a week at a spot, and then I'm at Chapman about 2 times a month or more. So I don't have to fight for it. I work for lawyers and attorneys. Like they are the people that own these spots. Like these are black men, and that's the things
Wow.
I try to explain to black men back home. It's
Wow.
gonna take our black leaders in these type of spaces to own the
Mm-hmm.
spaces. You
Amen.
feel me? They are willing to risk it because if this black man is willing to fight in court for you, he's willing to give you a space that you can have fun and be yourself. See, I've not seen a fist fight from black men since I came out here. Not to say they're not happening. Obviously, it's Houston. Things go on, but
I
I
like
have
that.
not seen nothing. And I'm talking about Chapman, where it's over thousands and thousands of people in and out on a Sunday from 12 p.m. to about 10 p.m., 12 a.m., depending on when we want to close. Because trying to stay open from 12 to 2 a.m. is just pointless. Because
Yeah.
why do that to you guys? Because that's how we think. And that's,
Mm.
those are the approaches as a curator and a DJ that I wanted to always lead with in Omaha, because there were always narratives like, oh, they don't want this, we don't want whoopity whoop and crush, we don't whoopity whoop. No, I just never wanted to saturate the market. But I
Exactly.
always would want Tony to make his bread. Tony gave us a chance, and we would always have a lot of talks because when he first came downtown with his establishment, and obviously me and BP were the first DJs at Throwback
Mm.
of hip hop and African American descent. I would just always tell him like, we're all minorities in this thing, and I would remind him that like those people will treat you like a minority and remind you like real quick if you're not going to do what they want you to do, and you guys see what happened. They quickly pulled the rug, and so on and so
Oh
forth.
man,
But
that shit
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
all
like,
because he wanted to stand up for his beliefs, not
uh,
because, of course he enjoyed me and JB, Ray Bays of the world,
for
Tristan's,
sure.
the Flores brothers, but in his own soul, Tony believed that hip hop should be played. Black people should not be subjected, or not even just black, because you would be there. It's white people in there. It's foreigners. Man, we got Saudis in the building. We
Oh
got all
God.
nations. We got all
Come
type
on.
of people. We got a section with LBGT over here. I got a section with some Mexicans over here, some white folks over here, some black folks, some skinny people, some big people. But we having a time under one roof, and the sound is impeccable. And
Mm-hmm.
as a DJ, I was also growing up in Omaha. I did 10 years as an adult in Omaha as 21 plus. So
Right.
I've seen the CWS of the world drop the same portfolio year after year. And I'm seeing a lot of people, you know what I mean? So as a DJ, those were the reasons why I wanted to jump into being a DJ, because I wanted to help expand the palette. Now we got John A, Tasia, we got the crew available.
Oh
You feel me? We
yeah.
got Arius. You feel me? I got Aaliyah. She just picked up a board. You
Okay.
feel me? We got people that are picking up boards that you don't think are supposed to.
Yeah,
But
for
that's the
sure.
beauty of it. That curation is supposed to keep happening.
Mm-hmm.
And because people always would be like, I just wouldn't have thought you would become a DJ because you were doing some of the other things. But
Right.
it's called being multi. You
Amen.
feel me? Because that's what it's gonna take.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're alone in this world and you might not have financial funding, or you might have not inherited the trust fund just yet. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to have a multitude of things, and especially if your mind is wrapped where you're looking at the water bottle and you got some water, but you want some juice. You feel me? If your mind's wrapped like that, you're gonna have to dabble in some things. So I
Mm.
invested in this life, and my $1,200 DJ board has definitely made me a better person financially. It's it just reiterated my patience, because boy, being someone who like I can drink occasionally, like if we want to have a drink, fine, but you're not gonna come to my house. Like in the future, you can get. I'll put y'all bar together
Mm-hmm.
when we get back social, but I'm not a heavy drinker, so being in those atmospheres, it's not challenging, but it molds you for all that. You know what I mean? But
Talk
on
about
another
it.
note, in this game, like out here, there are DJ superstars. So,
What does that
like,
mean?
exactly. Like, I got cats that have over 150,000 followers on Instagram. Cats that are making like 800 an hour. You know what I mean? So, I got cats
Mm.
that's working 3, 4 spots a night. They're doing like 5 to 10s. I mean, like a 5 to 8. Then they'll go do like a 10 to 12. Then they'll go do a 12 to 2. Then they'll go do a 3 to 7 because they got that type of connection. I just had shout out to Mr. Rogers. I just met him for the first time. First, we've shared some flyers together because of Chapman. Shout out to Chapman. He just had a whole shoe release with Nike out here at Hibbett. Like the shoes came in a crazy thing, right? The shoes came with a vinyl record. So
damn,
hey, listen,
bro, we in the future. We in the future.
As a designer and my homegirl, she's a DJ, Maya Papaya. Shout out Maya Papaya. I'm about to tonight. I'm about to look into just getting into her vendor because she got Maya Papaya Market. So Maya's her name, right? Papaya, Maya Papaya. So her branding is based around papayas. So she has. So a lot of the DJs out here, they're in contracts with promoters, also contracts with sponsorships. She's sponsored by DeLeon. So she's about to have an event with DeLeon Tequila with the Maya Papaya marketing. So we're going to walk in here probably Sunday. It's like a day party. It's probably going to have her logos with DeLeon shots and a curated drink and all that. So
that shit hard.
Yeah, so for me over the next 6 months, it's about getting myself ready for my branding call. You never know. Tate might be sponsored by Hennessy. You never know. So, and they'll send you all around. You know, I might go. Who knows? I might become a cruise DJ at some point if that's where I want to go with it. But right now, I toured a couple times with a Cornfed Ted. Shout out to Theo from Omaha, Nebraska. So I've got some dibbling and dabbling with the tour life and just being a piece of the tour life. Because as a DJ in tour life, I'm not just spinning. I'm some eyes and I'm some ears. You know what I mean? Because it's an interesting lifestyle. So yeah, DJing has been everything, and it's something I used to pay the bills. Like I pay my bills with DJing straight up. So flip.
Whew. We definitely unpacked a lot. I feel like you are definitely a big impact in Omaha when it comes to the creative scene, when it comes to the music scene. And the thing what I like about you is that you're genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what is just gonna continue for you to grasp and connect with your blessings, you know. And I feel like everything that you want in this life is definitely gonna happen, especially those sponsorships. Like, I was just talking to my friend about how social media is just like you could really take this shit and run with it type, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm definitely manifesting not being sponsored, but having connections with Target, you know, branding their stuff and stuff like that. But real quick, I do want to touch
that.
huh?
I say, social media presence. You're right about that.
Yeah, I think it's everything. Like, I think people can, and it's crazy because, like, with Facebook, right? I never knew I could get paid off of it, and you know, I'm getting paid off of it. So it's like so it's like just that just shows you that anything is possible in this world. So you just gotta keep doing what you gotta do, and you know it's gonna happen. So get into it. So I know we got so much that we want to talk about. I definitely gotta. We're gonna have to talk after this too. But I was gonna say let's touch base on mental health real quick, just to like so a lot is going on in this world. Trump doing this, you know, a lot has happened in Omaha. Being a black man is giving a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, being a black woman is a lot, but I want to touch base on black men because it's y'all month right now. Father's Day's around the corner. How is it like being a black man in America? And what are some things that you feel like from what you've seen, what you dealt with, that is the struggle for a black man? And yeah, so those are my
Right now for black men is seeing things in real time. Like
what do
you
you
was
mean by
just
that?
talking about Trump.
Yeah.
Like he literally today was arguing in real time online, you know, with Elon Musk. So, you know, you trying to fight your battles, but you seeing it happening in real time. Like you trying to get over what you getting over. You trying to assure yourself that you're making the right decision and that you're gonna be safe in that decision, but people dying in real time. People are attacking each other in real time. black man need black woman, but black men and black women are attacking each other all day in real time.
In real
Black men and
times.
black women, they are self-sabotaging themselves in real time, and they are calling it a good time. You know what I mean? So these days, for me, I am now realistically, I'm low key an introvert. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm an introvert not by energy, but by lifestyle. Like I do not mind being by myself. I spend a lot of time in this crib, studying my own energy and just kind of working on myself because I do want to be older. I want to be an older black man that can walk and drive at a decent speed and not be the one get honked at because whoopity whoop. And I want to make sure that my foundation can take care of me and whoopity whoop. I want to take care of myself. So, I spend a lot of time being idle. Like my dad used to say, like he would call me like, "What you doing?" And I would always be running around. He'd be like, "You ain't watching a TV show or nothing. You need to sit down and watch a show. You need to chill. You need to decompress. There's nothing wrong with watching a show." Because in my early creative, years, I would think I gotta wake up and get it. So like I would wake up at like to this day, dude. I'm not sleeping in past like 7:30. Like my body's gonna wake up. Like I would wake up at 6 a.m. I used to have dreads, so I would twist on them and them hoes would break off, and I would just sit in it, and I would just sit there and just I'm gonna do the best I can be. And my dad would be like, "Dude, you need to relax." So a lot of times mentally, you have to push yourself to get to where you want to be, and if you don't push yourself, you probably won't get there, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. But mentally, you have to like that. And that's like, me and Trip, we would talk, and I met bro at a young age, because I was young before, and I would tell him, man, stick with it. Like mentally, like every dog gonna have his day. You feel me? So it may not be the day.
Yeah.
You feel me? There be days as a creative I might make no money, but then there's Sundays I might make 700 in a day, might make 1,000 in 4 hours. So mentally, I just wake up and say, thank you, God, for giving me a chance. You feel me? That's the first hurdle, is waking up and accepting the chance. Now, with my chance that I have today, I have to align myself to make sure I'm in a good space. But for men, that's and I empathize with black men that feel like, oh, this ain't easy. Like it's okay to say that.
Right.
Out loud.
For
Like
sure.
say it out loud. Say it
For
out loud so
sure.
you can be corrected. You
For
feel me?
sure.
Say it so you can be corrected because it's not that you're incorrect, but it's okay to correct it. You feel me? It's okay to, yes, it's not easy. We know that, yeah. Let me empathize with you. It's not easy. But it ain't gonna make it no better if you calling me complaining. Guess what? I'm this. I'm black like you. So calling me complaining, it's okay. I'm here to listen, but you kind of putting that burden on me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it out like you. And not just, see, for us, we don't get to just make it out. We got to stay out. See, that's the thing. We got to stay out. Like, you feel me? I chose Houston in particular because I felt like I wasn't moving to another cage. Like, I knew I wanted to be in Arizona. I like Phoenix a lot for my brand for sure. In my career as a DJ, I would have really killed it out there. But it didn't feel like that was a place for a black man. I want to be in the space for a black man.
Yeah.
And that's why for me, I can always tell you, stay in Omaha, stick it out, whoopity whoop. But it's gonna depend on who you are and where you're at in life. Is how you gonna get that from me. Because if you might be 21, whoopity whoop, then I can say that to you. But if you're like 25, 26, and I know you got it, I'm not gonna keep telling you to stay there because you did enough. You done enough.
Right.
So as for men and mental health, we need to get out of space. And see, I left my hood when I was 17 years old. Victor Street, Pyro, North Side, 1826 North 17th Street, apartment 201. 1 block from Victor Street, you feel me? Real bottom boy. But I lost my only brother. He's from a smaller hood. His birthday just passed. Memorial Day just let so we were a lot of emotions in that. I still cry. I cried, because I'm living this dream and it's a great dream. Sometimes you wake up from dreaming, I was terrible, but I wake up in this dream every day like, damn. I was straight to do this shit. With that shit on my heart, you feel me? Excuse my language, but I had it on me like that. You feel me? I had a lot of energy when I left home. I was winning.
Nigga, you was lit coming out the motherfuckers. Come on.
But boy, was my soul disrupted. My soul was disrupted. I'm not gonna hold you. I had behind the scenes, my soul was disrupted, man. Behind my brand, wanting it to be a better spaces
Right.
behind our storefront, wanting to get that where it needed to maintain and be. My life, mentally, my family, and the hardships we've been going through, losing a lot of key pieces, and balancing the club life, not even just a
Mm-hmm.
DJ, but really wanting to maintain y'all a space where good people can exchange good energy. That was big for me, and I know Omaha needed. The last 24 hours, I keep seeing I miss Crush, but
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I
and,
miss Crush too. I ain't
yeah,
even gonna hold you, bro.
I miss my girls, my team, my security, because that was what I did it for. I made sure my
Mm-hmm.
guys got they money they deserved. I made sure our girls got what they deserved. They was making sure we made sure they could walk to their cars safe. We trying to make sure these things can happen. Those are all things that we cared about because we knew we was putting together the best thing on my, honestly, one of the best things I ever had. If you ever got to experience like Denim and Diamonds and stuff like that, then this is by far the best thing I ever had. I don't care how you slice it.
It
So
was.
it just, from a mental perspective, I was getting a lot of behind the scenes flack, by just trying to position things in a space where the bigger picture could always be displayed. But that's the crown that you want to wear in this game, and that's that's why I say what I'm saying in this soliloquy is that with mental health, choose the battle. Like
Amen.
I want this that bad,
Mm-hmm.
so I choose it. I talk in my mind like I'm about to come see you, but
Mm-hmm.
I chose this for a reason. Like, cause I know out here I can get it all done.
Right.
Cause see, I done had some people put on for me, so I gotta finish the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it's mental health right now is I'm just picking up the phone and I'm answering it. I'm making calls, reaching out to my brothers and making sure they okay from this side of things. And I'm just grateful for everybody, and I'm grateful for the people I meet in Houston. I don't run into no black man that ain't trying to help me. These brothers will give me the shirt off their back, like no question,
What?
no question, no question, no question.
That's T.
No, hey, I
That's
meet
what's
you,
up.
I'll meet you, and then the next week they have my DJ gig. And I'm not
Wow.
playing. I'm not playing. They buy my clothes full price, like, and
Damn.
that's why I'm
Period.
like, when I re-roll out the album and start
Mm-hmm.
tracking out, it's gonna be even more love. And even
Exactly.
I don't even know how much I want to even keep rapping just because it's so much stigma that come with that. But
Mm-hmm.
I still want to be in the industry, helping
For
some people
sure.
organically, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously putting clothing on people. But I battle with that. That's why I haven't really recorded. I recorded twice in the last 7 months. So that's
I,
because I battle with it. I battle with,
you got a
do I
lot going
still want to do
on,
it? Because I
cuz.
want to keep putting Jai where he needs to be. So that's really why I keep a lot of my focus. So,
Yeah.
and Pizzo and I Am Free. If you haven't been streaming Church on the Dead Info,
Mm-hmm.
um, man,
You got a lot going
he got a
on,
lot going
bro.
on. He need to be focusing more on marketing his album. But
Mm-hmm.
if you can get a chance, I Am Free,
I am.
PHREE, Church on Church on the Dead Info, 3 Info are, man.
Well, one more time, bro.
Oh yeah,
IMPHREE, right?
I Am Free. And how you spell it is IAMPHREE. I Am Free in one word. Church on the Dead Info. Man, that's some
Okay.
good music. And that's a brother that is being vulnerable. So we talking about mental health, and I know, bro. That's we are cousins. That's my design partner. We don't have a label. That's my label mate. But that is a person trying to be as vulnerable as possible as a black man. And sometimes I catch him and I try to correct him, like, you being too vulnerable online. You being, But sometimes he don't know where to shout. You know what I mean? And sometimes he don't know where to say it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
sometimes he don't call me. Sometimes he don't call BP. Sometimes he don't hit the chat. But that's the thing. As black men and people in general, y'all gotta be real cautious on where you expressing yourself, because every space ain't safe, every room ain't safe, every ear ain't really for you. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that we are juggling right now, and the accountability.
Yeah.
Like, as black men, we have to be more accountable. You know what I mean?
On
For the
what
bottom line,
though?
the bottom line, like, as far as, like, for one, we gonna start with how we treat ourselves, and then we'll go from there. So how we treating ourselves as black men, that is a ripple effect. I got homies that are my age and older wondering why things are happening, wondering why young men are doing these things, and they give their inputs on this platform in particular. They get an input and they're like, "This young man should do this. Chrome and Myra shouldn't have young teen spots for these young adults. that do work. These just because kids are 16, 17, these kids are working. They have straight A's. There are kids in those spaces that are doing the right thing. So they do deserve a space that is operated by men that are not living two double-edged lives. See, that's the thing with black men, especially in Omaha. Y'all have to decide who y'all gonna be, because everyone's watching.
That's
You are
true.
in a small little dot. So all that faking the funk, there you gotta be who you gonna be. And that's the thing in Omaha. See, Omaha, it trained me to move like an assassin and watch what I say and do, because I have to answer that. And I was with it. You feel me? And that's what they love about me. Like, I'm willing to answer the call. And I hope it's good energy, but if it's not, I'm with that. But that's because I'm a man. And but as long if I'm pushing good energy, I ain't getting that. Ain't no thing about it run up on me and do me in. Unless the devil working, and that's something where it's your life. And that's something God gonna help you through that, persevere.
For
But
sure.
if you not putting, you know what I mean? So, and that's the thing in Omaha. If black men become more accountable, then we can do better and help our women. You feel me? So
Exactly.
that's the key, because a woman gonna help. A woman gonna help you.
Oh yeah.
You do it. You feel me? She with you. She gonna help you. That's their nature. So you
Oh
by
God.
default you get that. By default you get that. So that's something you don't get to waver. See, that's the thing about a dope ass woman. She gonna do it. It ain't she. She can't help herself. So it ain't nothing you can do about it. So if we become more accountable, then we'll be fine.
Oh God.
And that's pertaining to Omaha, because I'm watching it out here. These niggas ain't riding in dunks. They ain't. They got foreign and they got intel money. They don't got. Every brother ain't trapping out here, man. These brothers is investing with each other. They taking 2, 3, 4 heads and they getting to it. See, I'm finding it hard to understand why 2 black men can't do nothing together back home. It take 2. See what Kasami and Sherman doing? That's a prime example. 2
Exactly.
black men saying, let's do this. And then
Powerful.
you got Wagner, and then you got Chrome over here. Okay, bet y'all 2 come get it. You see how 4, then Myron. You see how them 5, they are helping push the envelope. You see how DJ like Ray Bay is making sure people vote. You feel me? You see how those type of things can happen when a couple people just get it in, and then and that's what like I always would say, they fear that back home. The others, the higher ups, they don't want us to link up.
Exactly.
They don't want us to link up.
Exactly.
You feel
But
me? And now,
it's yeah. Hey, bro, you gotta
heavy.
have some, like, I don't know if you gotta be a motivational speaker
No, you
or
always say that.
have your
But
own
that's what I'm
podcast.
sizing up. That's what
Huh?
I'm sizing up. I'm sizing it up. I feel like once the brand gets to where it's just full throttle paying the bills and we just got accounts trying to order and all that, then I have time to just sit there and give you something organic, because
For sure.
I think about it all the time. I used to, but it got to be organic. And
Oh God.
sometimes I'm in a space where it needs all my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to shut the world out. And I can't really talk to the world. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how this journey been. I've pretty much been giving the business in Houston a lot of my attention. And I haven't really been with the world. Like, I haven't really created a lot of heavy content. I've just kind of been creating the content on the fly, because I'm still moving in guerrilla marketing. You know what I mean? I'm actually in the face. I'm doing that early 2000s marketing right now. So I'm more in their face right now.
That's
Make
good.
sure they see the face, seeing the brand. But now that we digging in the summer, I'm definitely gonna be heavier on the content. Definitely giving more gems, man. I'm in a better space.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I remember when you had was it Tate Talks or what?
Take talk, yeah.
Oh
Take talk,
my
yeah,
soul,
yeah.
nigga.
That's where
Hey,
definitely
that
I'm
shit
gonna
was
bring that back.
hard, bro. I was really
I'm gonna bring
funny,
it
and
back.
that's the I ain't mean to cut you off, but that's what my show is all about. Like, being honest, like having real conversations, because we have too much fake shit in the internet. Like, I'm tired of that. You feel me? I don't know if you heard of this podcast called Grits and.
That's what I was about to say. I literally be about to say, Grits,
Come
best
on,
part about Grits podcast, I was told that it was
bro. You
already
gotta link
trending
up with
on
them.
TikTok. And what I love about his podcast is it started showing up on my Twitter feed. And one thing I will say about Twitter, that's where the truth is at. You feel me? It's
Twitter.
truth in Twitter, because it was already solidified by the people. The people made Twitter. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, the people
Yep.
of the world made it. And then it's like the higher ups used it. The higher ups never cared for Facebook. Facebook was a college app. So when you became a rapper, you didn't control your Facebook. Somebody else did. See, on Twitter, when you was a rapper, you made a Twitter, you controlled your Twitter. So it
Wow.
was a different perspective. You were able to get key insight from people that you didn't know were regular or normal, I should say. Normal, you feel me? So, but what I will say is with Tay Talk, I definitely plan on bringing it back heavy. I plan on getting some tripods soon and some microphones so it can be real smooth. Another iPhone to have so I can, have the duality. Because in Houston, I'm still gaining my team. And one thing about me, I'm very strategic of people I let into my life. So, yeah, I'm just, slow roasting that. So a lot of the things I do, I'm doing by myself. Where DP flies in when he can, and we do what we can. We work, but yeah. And
That's
Corey just
what's
moved
up.
out here. Corey Donald just moved out here, so I'll be getting up with Corey when I can.
That's what's up. Okay. All right, well, we're gonna keep it moving and we're gonna get words of wisdom from Tate. So real quick, I'm gonna put my shades on for this one. Now we're gonna give it for the ladies and shit, you know what I'm saying? So since we talked about men, and again, all men, it's y'all month, do y'all thing, I'm really proud of y'all black men for, keep going, and just know we here for y'all, even though we be a little psycho and shit. We here for y'all. We here for y'all. So real quick, this has been a floating topic or floating thing that a lot of women like, especially like myself, like I feel like I I ain't gonna lie. So basically, like, do you think black women are aggressive, and what would you say would be your perspective, and then I'll tell you my perspective.
Well, one thing I will say is everybody is playing a role in this because
Elaborate.
I've watched the evolution of the black woman the last 15 years. Like I watched the whole evolution of it. So, like I said, I'm 31. I watched my mom work 40 hours a week, get a babysitter, and go live her life. And she didn't have an internet to go run and complain to. What I'm saying though is my mom. She been out of job for over 30 years, over 35 years. About to retire soon. She handled her business and she laid in the bed that she made. Now,
what do you mean by that? Because I'm
now we're gonna go down the rabbit hole. What that means, that's like a soft way to look at it, right? But what I look at in 2025, ain't nobody trying to lay in no trash bed. So that's why you got this aggressive woman right now because she tired of laying in the trash bed. You feel me? And I say that everybody play their part because for every woman that I can find that has a little going on where she might not woobity whoop, there's gonna be a story of somebody that did something.
Yeah.
You feel me? So unfortunate that there's always gonna be a trauma hole with a little bit of everybody because we are so obtainable. So we just running through these cycles and these laps. But what I will say is that aggression is something that we have to be accountable for. We talked about this in our music. We displayed how we treated each other. And we're gonna hold the oppressor accountable. It ain't like we ain't fucking I ain't just fucking, you feel me? I ain't mad at the world for no reason. I'm mad because I can't drive regular. I'm mad because I didn't get the same books he got to learn from. I'm mad because I was just told I'm free, but I didn't get the reparations. You feel me? I didn't. So that's why I'm mad. But we can't keep using these excuses because there's an internet and there's a way. There's a way to get over this. So for every man or every woman out there that's being hyper aggressive, that has trust issues, work through those and be comfortable being single for a while, but work towards being on that with the right person and quit being naive. You know what I mean? Accountability.
Elaborate on naive.
Being naive is when you're not trying to be accountable for your decisions. We ain't gonna talk about the actions. Before your actions, you decided. You decided to fuck with that nigga that you know his characteristics got a history of dibbling dabbling. So why you fucking with that type of nigga? You feel me? Like you feel me? Like that like if I'm putting a basketball team together, I'm not gonna go get some football niggas. I'm gonna go get some basketball niggas.
Yeah. I mean, okay, but Tay, I'm gonna say this though. Let me tell you this. I feel like and I think that's something consistently that I've seen, definitely in the past play victim, but I feel like with women that do pursue men, that of course they gotta pursue her, but I feel like it's just, I don't know, like maybe they at a point in their life that they're still trying to figure out themselves, trying to figure out. And a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of times women, the good thing about women, we be on our shit. When they say after a breakup, we probably have 2 3 jobs after that, swear, you feel
You
me?
got that,
Yeah, so it's like
yeah.
I feel like shit, we giving a brother a chance, like, you feel me?
Right.
So it's like I
Yeah.
feel where you coming from. It's not that easy. I swear, I don't know how some of these niggas even get to half of these beautiful women, but it's like it is what it is, and it's always up to the women to navigate herself to be like, okay, you know what, I need better. And I feel like for any woman that is dealing with that, I would suggest for you to be able to communicate in a matter of, you know, being assertive, but in a genuine way, being able to let them know these are your needs, this is your boundary. And if they can't, then yes, you're gonna have to
And
exit the
another
chat.
way, another
Yeah.
way a woman can negate running into these issues with men
Mm-hmm.
is being financially sound. If you're financially sound, that's going to keep you, for one, busy,
Mm-hmm.
but for two, it's going to put you at a level where you're going to have an expectation of just a bottom line. One thing about men, and even men with money, don't nobody like spending money on shit that don't really mean nothing or don't do nothing for you. So
Right.
men don't like just wasting money on women. Trust me, if that man is trying to take you out, there is some intent there. Now you have to find that layer of intent. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like if the brother got money, he got it going on. Chances are, if he's shallow, hopefully he ain't gunning for the box. But if a brother got money and he gunning for you, chances are he actually do want to get to know you. He do want to
Mm-hmm.
get to know you. So you know what I mean. Stay light on your toes, but the same way you get them is gonna be how you lose them. You feel me? Like my mom always told me stuff like that. Like you
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Like you going into certain spaces, if you know what I mean, like you allow certain things, it's only gonna open certain doors. But on top of that, a lot of these situations are happening too because life is too expensive. A lot of people can't afford to be on their own. You feel me?
Damn,
You know what I mean? And I think
I can't.
that's why you
I'm
got to
sorry,
be
I can never
financially
fall for that.
sound. You feel
Yeah.
me? You gotta, and that's like you said, you can't never go for that.
Mm-mm.
That has to be
It gotta
somewhere.
be real love, you feel me? But keep going,
Yeah,
my bad.
motherfuckers
I want you to
shacking up.
keep going because you
They,
was so
you
on
know, they shacking up, man. They shacking up to
that
survive. You feel me? And like I said, my mom, man, she was a single mother. My dad was in the feds out the gate.
shit.
So,
Yeah.
and growing up, some women, they not just gonna open up to men like that. Like my
Mm-mm.
mom, just she lost her husband a few years ago. She still ain't dating nobody.
Wow.
Different strokes for different folks.
Mm-hmm.
Some people they value themselves. So value yourself is part two of this.
Amen.
Financially sound and value yourself. If you value yourself, you gonna be straight. And also, we have to be understanding and study humans.
Mm.
We the only species that have things like perfect. Perfect. Lions don't determine what's perfect.
Right.
They just adapt. We're the only people that say something's bad. We're the only species that has those things. We only have contrast, right? We're the
Mm.
only species that has a contrast.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we're the only species that does that. Like, label, like, that's perfect. Like, that, no one's perfect. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
So, there's a lot of psychological things you have to do, and you have to accept that you need to be tuning yourself for one person. Now, that
Mm.
one person, they're gonna, in this day and age, that one person is gonna have to stroke your ego too,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're dealing with men. Men, they need their ego stroke. Let's be real. This nigga is that nigga, right? You like this guy is that dude, not like in a bad way, but he's a carpenter or he's a real estate agent or he's a rapper or he's whatever. But you think he's that dude, so make
Mm-hmm.
sure you're stroking it because you ain't the only one thinking he that dude, and he ain't the only one thinking you that girl.
Damn.
So that pendulum got to swing, but it got to be organic. It gotta be
Yeah.
organic. Shouldn't be nothing forced. Like if you got something that you enjoy and you want to push it, that person with you should be pushing that shit out the gate day one. They should be with you. They should be aligned. Like I'm a creative, so I feel like I see it all. So I want to make sure the person that's with me, they want to push my agenda because it's gonna better their life.
Right.
Like, because as a creative and a business owner, I know that I can get to wherever. Like when I was working at the bank, I made 20 an hour, but I knew I could only work up to 40 hours. So,
Damn.
like sometimes someone they can't push you. Like they can only push you so hard to go harder at the bank. But when you were a creative, you were a multi, you pushing them can take them to fucking a millionaire.
Come on.
What
Come on.
did Kugler just say? I butchered his last name. The guy who just made Sinners. His wife
I don't know.
spent, I think, $600 or something on that format or whatever he needed to take that class in school. Catapulted him. Not only was she backing him mentally with some shares and shit, she got in the financial game with him.
Wow.
And that's the companionship that's gonna have to happen. And that's what our ancestors did. You feel me? Like our women and our men, they mentally backed us and they put whatever they had together. They put it together. We ain't building enough joint accounts fast enough. We ain't looking to buy rings soon enough. But it's we're not the reason though. You feel me? We ain't the only reason. So the more we continue to educate ourselves on that and accept that and do something about it, then we'll be fine. But we gotta hold ourselves accountable for the lives we keep living. So as women, be firm with these men. Enjoy your dating life. Enjoy having a good bite for dinner and see how much more aggressive he gets. But also a lot of men dating, they might not be able to fund this dating like you think. Like shit, going out spending $120 on just the food and the drinks, and then they still need to tip about $10, $15 to stroke your ego as a woman. Because we got to stroke y'all too. We got to make sure you seeing every little layer. You might have brought the flowers for the first whoopity whoop. So just make sure you want this shit daily. You feel me? You got to make sure it's a daily thing where it's not always about, the moments. You got to be comfortable with the days. You got to be comfortable with, we made a meal together. You got to be comfortable with the nights where we played a little board game and shit. You feel me? So be comfortable with the day by day. You know what I mean? That's something that very big.
Wow. I think that was really good. I feel like I definitely took a lot out of it. I feel like Black love, I'm praying for Black love. I feel like it brings balance to the world. And I think so far so good. I think the world is doing better with Black love, but I think my prayers now is for both women and men, Black women and men, to just forgive each other, but really like be intentional if you want to, like, with dating. I feel like people should date when, like, just one person at a time. You feel me?
Yeah, this new era, they
They doing multiple on the
twist.
red.
They got it. But that's what I mean when we talk about that. As women, this man is courting you. He wants your undivided attention. You know what I mean? Like most men, unless they obviously, they got that bag, they just spending willy-nilly. And that's the thing. You're gonna have to ante it up. If you know that nigga can afford to take y'all on the $1,200 dates and shit all day, your energy gonna have to change, especially depending on how he getting that. You feel me? Because what he is influenced by is gonna influence his whole approach. Everything is gonna be that. That's why you have to be conscious of the men that you allow in your life. Men and women, like my girl, he a street cat. Come on now. I mean, you're gonna have to stick around for that thing. You're gonna have to stick around and watch that manifest straight up, because he still got them voices in his ear. So you're gonna have to stick around for that. But you're gonna have to be able to embrace that. But see, and then this is another thing. Have your own life going on.
Come on.
Have your own life going on. Have your own life going on. Because a brother like me, if you ain't got your own life going on, we can do this, but you gotta be able to give me space. You gotta have your own life going on. Because I got my own life going on and I enjoy it. And you can be involved in it, but hey, I like my life. I like my life. So
I'm telling you,
gotta have your own life.
I feel like it's a lot that I feel like black women do got to, not all, but most black women like myself, like I used to be very clingy. I ain't saying used to, like, but yeah, I'm very clingy. So it's like there's just certain things like, and it goes back to, I be listening to these TED Talks. It just goes back to childhood. It goes back to trauma. It goes back to just a lot of shit that has happened that's still in your body that you don't know what exactly it is
You
until, you know what I'm saying,
get
until
triggered. You
yeah, it
get
get
triggered.
triggered. So I'm like, damn. So that's why I feel like I definitely intentionally want to keep being in solitude for a very long time. I'm giving myself 5 years. So I could be able to really know who I am and who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But other than that, bro, shit, we cool. But I was gonna say words of wisdom from Tate, and we can end this shit.
Man, words of wisdom for me. Be who you are and follow.
Say that one more time, bro. It blanked out for a sec. You on mute. You on mute.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, bet. My words of wisdom for y'all is be who you are and fall in love with it and educate yourself on how you can better who you are. Like, you are one entity. You got a mother and a father. You the only person out here. You a one-on-one. If you give yourself grace, excuse me, and you educate yourself on who you are, you can help us. That's it.
Mm.
Just become the best version of you. And that's the thing, like, they look up to a lot of people, and those people just became the best versions of themselves. Like, Sexy Red, that's a person. Obama's a person. Kobe Bryant's a person. I'm a person. You a person. But these people that we talking about every day are trying to be the best versions of themselves, and just do that. Just do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm definitely about to be hitting the gym here soon. But bro, life is definitely a journey. It's a story. Um, and I'm definitely excited for especially our stories is definitely coming. And bro, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. We see you.
We all gonna keep doing. You too, sis. I'm so proud of you, and to
Yeah.
everybody that's gonna continue to grow with this platform,
Mm-hmm.
continue to show my girl her flowers. Like, we
So
need more curation and more content creators of Omaha. I really enjoy watching y'all all grow. I name dropped a lot of people today because I'm watching y'all. I
yeah.
literally watch you guys. I only keep Facebook to help support. I don't. There's nothing going on this app for me, honestly. Like, it's a lot of trauma. I'm praying for that young black man's family. That was
Man.
gunned down by the police, and I'm praying for everything that's going to transpire moving forward. We've lost a nice chunk of black men to cops, and reform is needed, and prayers is needed. But also, I'm praying for that young man, and I'm praying for the accountability of black men because that kid needed some help. That kid needed some help. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about, and we supposed to help each other before it's too late. So to his family, his mother, his father, I'm praying for y'all, and the steps that need to be taken moving forward. We need to get to these young men. We need to be having talks. We need to help them protect themselves and put themselves in spaces to be there for them children. So, Omaha, I'm rooting for you. Tapping with my girl. You know I'm with
Come
you,
on.
girl. One call
Yeah.
away. Thank you for having me.
For
I
sure,
do it
bro.
for you. You already know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, bro.
Real
Until next
talk.
time.
Real
Until
shit.
next time, bro. FC all day, bro. Fuck clothes all
Feel
day,
me.
bro. But
Love my
have a good
girl.
one.
Hit me.
I got you, bro. I'ma holler.
Peace.